Mic check, mic check. Hello, hello, and welcome. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Jeez, Louise. This has been the longest week for me, I feel like, and it just it's like the middle, right? The hump day of it all. All right, so who do we have in the chat on this Wellness Wednesday? We have Lakeisha. We have Lakeisha. She says, "Hi, Diva. Glad you're back. Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday." Mail to the B was in here, and I don't know what happened to her comment. It was in here a long time ago, and I responded to it. But hi, Mail to the B. Hi, Mail to the B. We have Simply Taisha. Simply Taisha. She says, I love saying this. Happy Wednesday, Dee Dee and Divalicious fam. Hello, hello. We have Harjarine. How are you? She says, hello, hello. We have Z. Hey, Z. What's up, Z? We have DJ Meyer. Wicka. I always want to do that when I hear those letters, DJ. You're probably a junior, right? Is that what DJ stands for? I love that. Who else do we have in here? We have Kim J. Sweet Healthy Life. How are you? How are you? We have the Beauty in London. Hi, Beauty in London. How are you? Let's see. Mel says, yeah, Mel, I think that's what happened to the Dale person. You said, I think I posted too early. Guess there is such a thing. I guess, because, yeah, that's what happened to that Dale person. So did the same thing to you. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Jen F, how are you? How are you? Hello, hello. So everyone is saying hello. And, today is it's kind of like a bittersweet day for me. I'm glad, we're heading into August. I know it's Leo season for all those lovely Leos. But for me, it reminds me of like my summer vacation is ending. My summer vacation is ending. And I just was thinking like, geez, Louise, there's so many things on my to-do list that I did not get to. So I am in power mode. Like I'm in power operation mode. Trying to work on getting some things done that I, had set out to do and didn't get accomplished as of yet, but they will get done. I just moved my little schedule back. So tonight we're doing my community check-in. I want to kind of ease my way on back. And so we're going to be talking about the truth of it all with the GLP-1s, any struggles you have and any wins that you are having. So anybody in here, now I know Kim is in here. She's doing that 75 soft challenge. And I've just been looking around and I've seen a lot of people tweaking it and, having some struggles with that 75 soft. I can't even imagine if you're struggling with 75 soft. What is the soft? What is the 75 hard? Like, I don't even know. But I don't know. I just think, I want to talk about it. I want to know what's up with that. I'm all about giving myself a challenge and I need one. So I just want to kind of update you guys. Remember when I was doing the low carb challenge? I was only doing that for 21 days. Well, it fell flat. My 21-day carb low, that's going to be my struggle. And I don't really like to start off with the struggle. I kind of want to start off with the truth of it all. But I guess this is the truth and a struggle. I had such a hard time with those low carbs. Remember, I was trying to eat under 80, and then I said under 100. And I just struggled with any of that. And I set that goal because I knew my birthday month was coming. And I knew I was going to be eating a little bit of something here, a little bit of something there. And so overall, I will say that was a dud for me. That was a struggle, is getting those low carbs in. And so, so I have to be honest about that. That was my struggle. I don't know if I ever really reported that. And I kind of wanted it to take me through to my birthday. But the great thing about it for me is, I guess it's a great thing. People have been helping me celebrate my birthday all month long. So it just did not end at that one, stretch of my birthday week. It was before my birthday, early July into now we're at the end of July. And I think I had my last little celebration while I was in Texas. I think I had my last little celebration. So I'll talk more about that and my struggles with that. I'm going to talk more about that on Wednesday. Sunday, this coming Sunday. So on Friday, I will be live on Friday. And on Friday, we're going to talk about SEX. So if you want to talk about SEX, and we're going to have to keep it like YouTube friendly, we're going to be talking about it on Friday. And so I'll tell you why I decided to talk about that. We might have to talk a little bit in code. Do you understand, YouTube? So we may have to talk a little bit in code, but that's okay. But yeah, it's a conversation that it's finally been appropriate to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it on Friday. So if you want to talk about that on Friday, join me on Friday at 8:30. So I just wanted to put that out there. And then on Sunday, I will be live on Sunday. And one of the things I'm going to talk about on Sunday is, my little birthday, my trip, how I did. I'm going to check in with my weight. And I also have something special to share on Sunday. So I'll probably put up a little post about it because I really want people to come and hear what it is. And so that's kind of what I'm planning to do. So I see more people came in. Who do we have? We have Grace, losing it, Grace. How are you? She says, our favorite globe-trotting diva has returned. You were missed more than Wi-Fi on a long flight. YouTube just wasn't the same without your sparkle. That's interesting because Darian always says, it costs me that razzle dazzle. And I think about the sparkle. And, that's such a nice thing to say because a couple of people have told me, like, we really missed you on YouTube. So that's nice to know. I feel really special. Thank you so much for that. Linda's journey. She says, hi, Dee and fam. My comments didn't show up. Try it again. Oh, Linda, look at that beautiful pic. Let me check you out. Love it. Love it. Love your hair. I love it. Love all of it. Journey of life. How are you? How are you? Oh my goodness. Pamela, perfectly Pamela. How are you? How are you? Oh, Pamela, I'm going to be talking about our little meet and greet on Sunday, on my live on Sunday. So if you're free at 2, tune in. That was so cool. We got to meet in person. I love that. Who else do we have in here? My twin Bellflower. How are you? How are you? She rolled up in here. How are you with that purple? Every time I see that purple, it makes me feel so calm, so at ease because my girl is up in here. I love that. All right. Very good. All right. So tonight, you guys will hopefully be talking, not just the Downsizing Diva. So I had a request. Well, really, it wasn't a request. One of the subscribers had mentioned a struggle that they were having. So when I see that person in here, maybe they're listening. If you're listening, this is your time to join the chat. I'll bring it up then when they come in the chat, just to help support. So I love that. I love that people think about, Downsizing Diva is going live, let's get some support. So that's kind of what these lives should be all about. You said, yes, awesome, Shay. I love that topic. Give us the code word. Well, you guys are good. We already kind of have one of the code words ready to go. But I mean, it just depends on how the conversation goes. But I wonder if they'll bleep it out. I wonder if they'll bleep stuff out. We will see. I don't know. How risque we get depends on the crowd we have. All right. But we need some guys. Hopefully some guys will come in and talk about this too. On the GLP-1. So we'll see. So I want you guys to tell me, so that's my struggle. My struggle is I've been eating too many carbs and I have to really kind of reel it in and get myself together. I feel like I've run amok, gone astray with these carbs. That's why, if you notice, I've been posting some non-scale victories. I went in my phone and I got some photos in my phone. I went in my phone and I started plugging away and looking at, what I've been doing and how far I've come on this journey. And I'm telling you, I am the queen of celebrating these non-scale victories because as soon as I just think like, don't get sad, don't get discouraged, I need a reminder, something visual. I'm a visual type of person that kind of reels me back in. So my struggle is eating too many carbs. That's my confession. That's my struggle. I almost want to text my doctor and say, guess what? I'm eating too many carbs. Now, I'm not eating carbs like I was before I went on the GLP-1. So let's be clear. It's not that bad, but it's just not the goal that I set, right, for myself. So I've kind of gone over that goal of the low carb. So what are your struggles? What struggles are you guys dealing with? Let me know in the chat, and maybe we can help support you. One of the things I'm going to do with my carb is pair it with the protein and fiber. So I am going to do more of a better job at doing that, like pairing it with the protein, pairing it with fiber. But if you have any other ideas of, helping me, and I know that, people started to, will tell you, oh, eat the sweet potatoes, eat the quinoa and all of that, that's all great, but that's not what I'm overdoing it with. I'm kind of like, having a little bit of something here and a little bit of something there. So I kind of just need to reel that all in. And one of the things I've been doing is trying to eat this fruit. So here's to the grape. Now, this is probably not the best fruit to be eating either when I'm, a pre-diabetic, right? But I love a good grape. I freeze the grapes. When you freeze the grapes, it's even better. Because, you can just kind of, I don't really like to eat being on camera. So, hurry up and chew this. But, that if you eat the grape when it's cold, it's like a great treat, summertime treat. I didn't freeze those. I just kind of had those because, like I said, I'm actively working on trying to stay away from those carbs, even though I know it's carbs and fruit, but at least it's more natural. All right. So we have somebody in here with this GLC. Who is this? I love that color. GLC. Oh, look at that with the L. I love that. L with the heart. Is that an L with the heart? Am I seeing that right? I love that. Okay, so are you guys telling me your struggles? Okay, Beverly, how are you? Welcome, GLC. I'm so off task. I'm like so fascinated. Then I see somebody. I'm like, hello. That's so me. All right, so Beverly says, I'm dealing with suppression on 5 milligrams zepbound, losing weight very slowly. Okay, so one of the things that Bev asked me was, what was 5 milligrams the sweet spot? So if I think I have this correct, Bev was on Wegovy. So anybody that's on semaglutide or Wegovy, let me know out there. But Bev was on Wegovy, and then she switched over to zepbound. And when she switched over to zepbound, they didn't level her out. Like, she was on a higher dose of Wegovy. And then when she got on zepbound, they made her start from scratch. Now, I've heard, and when I say from scratch, I mean over. And I've heard of some people that have, started a little bit higher because they were on a higher dose of the Wegovy. She didn't do that. They started her at the very bottom. And so she's kind of like building her way up. So she's at 5. I don't think she's losing the way she wants to lose either. Bev, you could correct me if I'm wrong, but she says she's dealing with suppression on 5 milligrams, losing weight very slowly. Right. Okay, I was right. So she's losing weight very slowly. When you say you're dealing with suppression, does that mean you have it or you don't? I can't remember that. But so she wanted to know, like, if you're on Zepbound, what was the sweet spot on Zepbound? I told her, I always hear people say 5 milligrams. And I've also heard people say 12 and a half, right? And I'm on 12 and a half. But when I was on 7.5, people kept saying, you're going to love the 10. And then when I got to the 10, people are like, oh my gosh, I've heard so many people say 12.5 was their, best dose. And I will say it is a good dose. I really will say it is a good dose. It does, have that suppression. But I'm going on my 2nd month on it. And I just think that your body starts to get used to it. And is my body totally used to it where it's not working? No. But I don't have like that severe suppression. Remember, I was having that where I couldn't even eat and all of that. So it's kind of leveling itself out. I can't even imagine what that 15 does. Geez, Louise. Okay, so anybody that can help Bev, that would be great. My struggle this week is buying a bag of gummy candy from Trader Joe's and eating the whole bag over 2 days. Well, Limitless with Shanta, I'm going to give you some confetti for even being brave enough to share that, because I think that kind of thing happens a lot and people just don't tell us, which is not our business, right? You tell us what you want to tell us. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And I say that because, a lot of times, and I think even maybe as a content creator, we always feel like we got to always be doing the right thing because people are watching, and we all have slip ups. We all have slip ups. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to think of something I bought. Oh, when I was at the airport, you guys saw me post that, I found some cheaper protein shakes I was in Houston. Houston airport had the cheaper shakes. They were only $4 and something. I said I was going to post it. I took a picture of it. Whereas, when I was on my way to Houston, they were like $7.49. I thought it said 99, but it was 49. So a big difference. And then I think Jen F asked me, how much were these shakes? Aren't they high anyway? And no, you could get, well, they can be if you buy them, I guess, singularly, but I usually get mine from Sam's Club, and I actually looked it up before I responded to her. And for 12 of those bottles of the 26 grams of protein, I think it's 26, it was $22.66. So that's super cheap compared to, even the $4 and something cent I ended up paying, to get one of the shakes. So, I mean, what are you going to do? But I bought some almonds. I bought some chocolate covered almonds, and I thought, this will be a nice little treat, and it'll last me on the way there, on the way back. Well, my daughter and I, we were so hungry. I didn't probably eat until on my way going on Friday until maybe probably 8 noon, which is, not a big deal because I've eaten later than that. But I think the problem was that I was up. I only got 2 hours of sleep that night. So that is so true how those hunger hormones kick in when you don't sleep. So I was just hungry because in my mind, I felt like I had been up, and I had been, right, almost 24 hours. I had been up 22 hours out of that day. So no wonder that hunger hormone kicked in. And my daughter and I, when I tell you we grazed and ate, and I don't know what you want to call it, we ate those chocolate covered almonds. And thank God it wasn't enough. It was from Nuts on the Clark. You guys know what that is? Nuts on the Clark. So we had some of those, and so I can relate to you, Shanta, and I just don't know what that scale is going to say. I don't weigh myself every day, so I'm going to be surprised like you guys on I'm going to be just as surprised as you guys on Sunday with my weight loss, because I'm not getting on that scale till Sunday morning. I might step a toe on there on Saturday. Linda is saying, hello, Margie. How are you? How are you? Bobby, how are you, Bobby? MVP, look at that hat. She got that hat game going on. You look like you're about to break down the boots on the ground. Hello, DD and fam. First time on the chat, and I've been watching since the beginning of my journey. Okay, so tell us about your journey. How much have you lost? What are you taking? What milligram? And welcome to the chat. And you look like you belong in this Diva, this little Divalicious chat. I love it. Perfectly Pamela says, I've been struggling to track my food lately. I was doing so good tracking everything until my move, and then I fell off. I'm trying to get back to tracking again, so I'll know how much I'm eating. Oh my goodness, I'm going to give you some confetti. Now, if I don't give you some confetti, just remind me. But these, when people are sharing their struggles, I think that's just as good as a good celebration, because a lot of times, especially Perfectly Pamela as a content creator, we don't always want to share when we fall off, right? We always want to, do good, say we're doing a good job and lose. And the struggle is real. Now, I know Pamela has been moving. Moving is a struggle, but I've told her she's been working out. Just moving is a workout. But struggling to track, that's also something. I could have said that too. I didn't want to say, honestly, I probably can have 10 lists of struggles. I didn't want to say every struggle I'm having, but that's also another struggle. I got so busy and caught up in my routine. And then when I was on vacation, I know we got the fabulous Taisha. We got the fabulous Mail to the Beat. We got some of the Downsized crew that went on that cruise. And I know they were tracking. I don't know if they were tracking, but a lot of them lost weight. And I thought, gee, I don't want that pressure. So I said, I'm not going to compare myself and try to make myself do something that I normally wouldn't do. So I just did what I normally do, and I just was myself, right? However I'm going to eat, I ate. I didn't work out. I could have done some things in my hotel room. I just didn't. I got a lot of exercise at the airport, coming, going. Another thing too is I had a flight to change flights. I never do that, but I had points. And so to use up my points, I had to get on that Southwest airline that makes you change planes. And I never change planes. But, to get free tickets and use my points, I did. And so, yeah, I got a lot of exercise. So I will say that is how I got my exercise in. I was even walking faster than my daughter. She was like, Mom, you're leaving me. And I had her little hand like, come on, let's go. I am getting these steps in. But just during the day, walking around the hotel and all the places I went, I didn't get a whole lot of exercise. So I didn't even do that. I just really, when I say I was on vacation, I was on vacation. So I can relate to that, Pamela. I can relate to that, not tracking. And I wasn't eating my normal menu, right? I ate out pretty much every day at breakfast and dinner. And so I wasn't doing a whole lot of tracking at all. In my mind, I still kind of know what some things are. But when they say, Pamela, everything is tech in Texas is big, that is so true. Those servers were out of this world. I do know I didn't eat everything. I do know I had, if it was a bigger portion, I didn't eat the whole thing. But geez, Louise, those Texas servings are no joke. All right. So Mel says, Bab, do you think you're eating enough? Thank you. I left a message this week. I just found you. I left a message to join tonight. Oh, okay. All right. Very good. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. My subscriber count has been getting up there. I'm pretty excited. I haven't looked lately, but I'm getting there. And so I've seen a lot of new faces in those comments, and I've tried to get to those comments. So I'm glad that you saw live and you're coming live. So tell us a little bit about your journey. So what medication are you taking or not? Some people could just be on a weight loss journey, or some people could just want to hang out. And I'm all for that too. But anything about your journey you want to share, that would be helpful. Carbs are tough for me too, but I stick to low carb habits during the week and I stay flexible on S days. So that means Saturdays and Sundays. Well, Sunday is my day to splurge. And so I don't know if I'll splurge this Sunday because I've been doing a lot of splurging for the whole weekend. So I may just take it easy this Sunday and just kind of reset, refocus, and rebalance myself. But thank you for sharing that too. Oh my goodness, I'm going to give you some confetti. I think that's, especially as a content creator, it's hard to admit when you're overindulging in something. So I think that's great. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Yes, ma'am. 75 Soft focuses on building good habits, says Kim J. Sweet Healthy Life. Progress, not perfection. Since it's my first time, I'm in the right space, striving to meet my daily goals, and it's been sweet. Okay. So when you don't meet a goal that you set, how do you handle that? And I've watched a couple of your short videos, and it looks like you're having fun with it. And I think if you can have fun with it, I think that's great. But I love a challenge. Even if I am not the best at it, I still love it. So let's give Kim some confetti because she is doing that 75 South. I always say South, like South. Soft challenge. 75 Soft. All right. Very good, Kim. Nice job. All right. So Mel says, and I'm dealing with rest and recovery and REM sleep as evidenced by my Oura ring. Okay, so rest and recovery. This is important. I love that. And Mel, you're a up and go getter type of person. I think it's hard for you to slow down and kind of calm yourself down. So I think rest and recovery is great, right? Because, you're building muscle and muscle needs that. Limitless Living with Shanta, been there and done that. Yes. I love it. I know we can all relate. Journey, life is too short to miss out on the ice cream. Yes. Every dose is someone's sweet spot. That is true. Jim, what has been yours? What has been your sweet spot? Or has it been every dose? Every freaking time I eat out, which is very rare, I gain 3 to 5 pounds the next day. Well, I bet you it's all that sugar, or not sugar. Well, it's hidden sugars in it too, but probably a lot of salt. I would agree with that. Probably a lot of salt. Beth says, nope, I started the zepbound, but I gained a few pounds now that I'm losing. It's like 0.8, 0.5, 0.7. My suppression is not that great, meaning that I'm thinking about food. The food noise is there. Well, I know you consult with a doctor, but I would say if that food noise is there and your suppression is kind of slacking off, I think you probably should look at moving up. And I think we talked about this, moving up to 7.5 with the, guidance of your doctor. Geez, Louise. Now, if you get to 7.5, Bev, is that going to put you on par with where you were on Wegovy? I guess that's what I don't really know as well, how that Wegovy levels up. Mel says, Journey, your body might be reacting to the preservatives and sodium. Okay, yes. Grace said, Grace, I caved and ordered a new protein drink I found. Okay, very good. Shanta, TJ is tricky for me. Very easy to buy all the snacks. Trader Joe's. Yes, Trader Joe's does have some good snacks. And you know what? I used to get myself in trouble with those chocolate covered almonds. They have the best dark chocolate covered almonds ever. And I have to stay out of Trader Joe's because I'll be tempted to get them. Beverly says, Bellflower says, Beverly, the sweet spot varies person to person. 7.5 is where I landed, but looking back, I could have stayed on 5, and I had only stayed on it. Oh, you only stayed on it for 2 months. Okay. All right. So you wish you would have stayed on that 5. I ordered the Oikos chocolate flavor. Seems clean, but who knows? LOL. Bev, if you were on Wegovy 2.4, zepbound 5 milligrams is not its equal. 10 milligrams might be closest, and I'm being conservative. I agree, Jen. I agree. Costco carries them, but vanilla flavor only. Okay. Journey, I'm sure it comes off after a day or so. So does it come off after a day or so, Journey? The more difficult of the habits for me to build is reading, listening at books. Just show me the movie. Go behind. But thanks to its flexibility, Grace is allowing me to catch up. Okay, all right. The more difficult of habits for me to build is reading and listening to books. Okay, good. So that leads me to a question. You know, what books are you guys reading? What's a good book on your reading list? The summertime is almost over. And I'm an avid reader. I have not been able to read because I've been so busy with YouTube and everything else I'm trying to do out here. But I was able to listen to a couple of good books over the break. So I'm going to tell you one of those books on Saturday or Sunday on my Sunday live. And it's a good book. It's a good book. Yeah. So, you know, if you're not reading and listening to a book, I'm sure you're probably busy. You know, if you're a mom, whatever you're doing, you don't even have to be a mom to be busy and have a lot going on. But reading is really where it's at. It's what's up. I'm telling you, a good book, it's a book that's going to teach you something, goes a long way. So I give you a lot of credit for that, Kim. I'm afraid to jump back on the scale to Yes, Jen. My friend just switched from 12.4 Wegovy and her doc put her on 10. Wow, straight to 10. See, isn't that crazy how doctors and your insurance company, like how they set it, what they decide makes all the difference. Okay, very good. Okay, so 2.4, is 2.4 the highest? Nicole, 2.4 and 10. Okay. MVP, thank you, Losing It Grades. Love the community. We love having you here. I'll wait till Sunday and say my prayers with Didi. Yes, let's wait. Let's wait. Journey, I like the oikos. It's just water retention. Okay, I think so too. So that's your Cowboy Carter outfit. Hey. You know, I was just watching Beyonce. She brought out Destiny's Child and of course Jay-Z. But she brought out Destiny's Child. And I said, look at Michelle. Michelle, yeah, I just love Michelle. You know, I know she's the one that doesn't get a lot of love. But Michelle, I love how, now she could have done some things that I can't tell, but I just love how she kept her little body the same. I feel like she didn't tweak it and try to make her, you know, behind bigger and all of that. I feel like she's just kind of like herself. So I could be wrong, but whatever she's done to tweak herself, she's done a good job of doing just a tiny bit so you don't really notice it. So I didn't go see, you know, I went to see Jay-Z and Beyonce when they, the last time they were in concert, when it was just those two together. You know, I saw Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige, and this was years ago in Chicago. And I'm telling you, besides Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, that was one of the best concerts I've have ever in my life been to. Jay-Z and Mary J. When I tell you, they were hit after hit after hit, back and forth, back and forth. I just absolutely loved it. So, and Jay-Z and Beyonce, same thing. But that Mary of it all just gave you a different kind of, it's like the grown folks were up in there. So yeah, I just had to say that. Like, and you know, a guy who I dated for years after that, I met him at that concert. That's probably not in the concert, outside. So that probably is why that concert is also special. But it was really good. It was really good. Let's see. Let's show you again. Look at her Cowboy Carter outfit. I love it. She said, most recent pic I had. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to give you 10 stars. Margie, I've been struggling to get my exercise in. Been exhausted and dealing with knee and hip pain. Waiting for my x-ray results. I forced myself to do a 30-minute walk today during lunch, even with the pain. Okay, you know, my girl Margie, we got to give you some confetti. I love that. I love that. Thank you guys for sharing your struggles. I really appreciate that because I know a lot of times we don't want to say. Um, Mail says, to Jen's point, there is a comparison chart for Wegovy to zepbound. I could give it to Shay for you. It's based on therapeutic effects. Let me know. Well, I think her doctor has been, thank you, Mel, for that. I think that's awesome. But I think her doctor is, I don't know if that's going to, because her doctor knew that. I think they just making her go through the process of it all. But if having that is going to help her, move up, for sure. But I just think her doctor is making her take it one dose at a time. Gabe, how are you? Gabe says, first time here. Hello, everyone. Well, that's an interesting pick. It's like a bunch of Gabes up in here. I love it. Gabe, 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 Gabe. I can make anything into a song. I love that. Okay, Gabe. So tell us about yourself, Gabe. Are you on a GLP-1? What's up with your weight loss? Are you on a weight loss journey, or are you just in here chilling, checking out the vibe? Are you doing a vibe check? Okay. Let's see. Not the chocolate one, or you guys are talking about that smoothie. Okay, people are saying hello. Okay, thank you, MVP. And I love that name, MVP. I'm 44 weeks in on 12.5 zepbound. You lost 77 pounds. You started at 218 and you're at 140 pounds now. You're 56 years old. It's been a life changer for you. I'm very grateful, even though I pay out of pocket. Now you pay out of pocket. So are you on branded? Because you did say, wait, on zepbound. So are you on branded medication or not? And if you want to share, and how much are you paying? Like, because I might be in this club. So I just kind of want to know. Geez, Louise. So you like 77 pounds. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Go, go, go with your Carter outfit, your Cowboy Carter outfit. We love it. Here, let me give you some confetti. Geez, Louise, 77 pounds. Oh my goodness. Geez, Louise. Excellent. Okay, great job. So you started at 218 and now you're a slim 140. And you're probably, oh geez, Louise, you're probably so excited. Now, are you over the overweight category? Are you into like the normal weight? I'm so interested in that. How tall are you, by the way? I'm wondering too. So you're 56. Okay. All right. So you're in the 50s club with me. We're in there like we're like the Temptations. You got a lot of folks in this 50 club. I love it. All right, MVP. I've been seeing you around YouTube on Beyonce's internet. Yes. She's on Beyonce's internet. Hey, Gabe. Gabe has said hello back to the people. Linda says, I've always struggled to get on the scale to weigh myself. I never wanted to see a stall. I stayed on 2.5 for 20 weeks and you lost 42 pounds. Geez, Louise, I love that. On 5 milligrams for 54 weeks and you have lost 95 pounds. Miss Linda, if I had a gold star, I'd give you that. But hey, let's have some of this confetti. 95 pounds. 95 pounds. I love that. Look at you. 95 pounds. You are doing it. Okay, very good. All right, Miss Linda. We love that. Okay, that gives me high hope. So I'll let you know how I like. Okay, you guys are talking about this yogurt. Oh, love it. I got here a little late. Are we talking about what we're struggling with? Yes. So Bobby, you're on your channel doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Tell us, are you having any struggles, Bobby? Are you? You're doing a good job. Should be here tomorrow. Okay, so you ordered from Prime. GLP-1 reset with Anissa. How are you? Anissa, welcome. All right, Gabe is still saying what's up to everybody. What's up, Gabe? I feel like he's like Norm from Cheers, even though rest his soul, he passed away recently. But he reminds me of Norm, like, hey, what's up? What's up? I love that. Beverly says, Mel B, I tried my food, so I'm staying 1,200 to 1,400. Do you mean you meant tracked a deficit? Water is my struggle as well. I do flavored water, not exercising much. I have, you said, oh, you have ankle issues, but you are moving some. Okay, very good. Let's give her some confetti. She is getting a little bit of movement that she can in. Um, I love that for you, Bev. I love that. I think it's the dose. I think you're going to have to probably go to that 7.5. I think that's going to be helpful. And then, like Jen F told us, and Mel has that comparison chart too, you might not be where you were with that appetite suppression with Wegovy until you get to that 10 milligrams. But we will see. Maybe 7.5 will be good for you. Yes, I'm trying to step out of my introverted shell and add my support. You ladies have all helped me so much during this lonely journey. Well, don't be lonely. You got to come here and hang out with us. We love that. I love that. It's so funny because I really feel I can relate to you. I am such an introvert. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I definitely am. When I just went out of town recently, one of my sorority sisters, actually, I have two of them there, and I knew in the back of my mind that they lived in Houston, but I just thought I probably won't see them. They're probably busy. I waited too late. Well, the one is actually I think she was in Ohio. She's probably now back in Houston that I'm in, Ohio. And the other one was there and, changed her schedule around, came after church, swooped me up. And, I just thought that's one of the best decisions I made here in this short period of time, because I could have just been introverted and said, no, we're not going to meet. I didn't want to be social. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I really am. I gave myself a pat on the back. You don't know how huge that was for me, Also meeting perfectly Pamela, I could have made excuses about meeting up with her, and I just didn't. So I love that I'm like coming out of my shell in a way that I really am coming out of my shell. So, but I'm one of those people though, that once I'm in a group setting and feel comfortable, it's on and popping, right? But I got to get to that point to even get on camera. So that's why I was audio at first. So, it's like I'm slow and steady with pretty much everything I do, but making a good decision. I make it and then I run with it, and it's all she wrote. But yeah, so I'm glad you shared that. Introvert to introvert. And I really think the weight gain made me an introvert. Most people wouldn't think that because, and I'm not a drinker or a smoker, but I could be the life of anybody's party if you let me. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. And, but like, again, I have to get to that point to even get up to doing that. So yeah. So I'm coming up. This is my year. My 53. It's going to be a new, improved me. I get my weight and print it out when I go for my checkup. I started out weighing myself, then I stopped. I am working on getting on the scale on a regular basis. Okay, very good. See, I'm not mad at that, Miss Linda, because I'm not a fan of that scale. Like, if I'm getting on once a week, I'm doing good. Okay, so Bobby says, I'm struggling with any kind of meal prep planning strategy. That means I've been grabbing random stuff. Doesn't it mean that? Jeez, Louise. I'm also glad you're sharing that. This is another content creator sharing something. I appreciate that, Bobby. I'm going to turn on my fan while I'm giving her confetti. That is a struggle. And I will say, when I'm not prepared with my meals or in control of what I'm eating, I could go rogue. So I could totally relate to that, because you are just grabbing random stuff, which has been one of my problems that I can see already this week. So tomorrow I'm going grocery shopping, and I'm resetting and getting back on track. Jen says 15 is her sweet spot. Okay, I thought you were going to say that, Jen. MVP, so happy to officially meet you. We're here, and your cowboy hat is everything, isn't it, Mel? It is everything. I love that. Dr. Bobby, what about your beautiful snack place? Oh my goodness. Mel says, okay, Slim. I have been on 2.5 and currently on 5. It's been 74 weeks on zepbound, 20 weeks on 7.5, and 54 weeks currently. Okay, that's still awesome, awesome, awesome. I mean, excellent. So GLP-1 reset with Anissa says her doctor called in 7.5, but said that if I'm having any side effects, I need to stay on 5. Okay. All right. So you will let us know on your channel how you're doing that. But if you come to the lives, also let us know. Jeez Louise. Okay, 7.5. We'll see how that does for you. Will all the ladies hit the like and subscribe button, please? Thank you all. Yes, thank you, thank you. Jen F, I think you are right. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, thanks for the reminder, Mel. I'm reading the Let Them Theory and I love it. Me too, me too. And I will say, if I was listening to what she said, I'm telling you, one of my friends, like it's kind of like a been rocky, and she's been contacting me. I thought we just decided we weren't going to talk, we weren't going to chat. She's been contacting me and I have not answered her in her last response, because I'm like one of those people, you can pull at my heartstrings, and she was like, just let me know you're alive, because I've had the same phone number. This is how drama free I am. I've had the same phone number for 32 years. So however long, I'm going into my 32nd year of teaching, I've had the same number for 32 years. Never had a need to change it. I don't have folks playing on my phone. The bad thing about it is, people can get in touch with me that I haven't heard from in years and years, and that is her. So I almost wanted to reach out to her and say, I'm okay. But then I just had a flashback of our last conversation, and I just thought, when I was done with that conversation, I thought relationship has sailed on. It just, it has, gone on. And she'll text me stuff about her daughter and this, that, and the other. And, I just think, like, let's just leave well enough alone. So I said all that to say, reading that book kind of made me stick to my guns, and say, I'm not gonna entertain kind of rekindle this relationship. And so yeah, that book is no joke, right? I love that book. Atomic Habits. That's another good one. I've read that too. I haven't read the whole thing though, but I've read a lot of it. Bev, is there a reading the doctor started you? Is there a reason why the doctor started you at the bottom? I love audiobooks, but they've been taking the backseat ever since I found all the GLP-1 content creators. I know. Isn't that is the truth? And once I became a content creator and then trying to listen to everybody, it's been tough. But I will say, once you have to start, when you're a content creator, you start getting a lot of comments, this, that, and the other. You kind of have to, kind of space yourself out, right? I would say don't get so consumed with YouTube. I would say it's easy for me to say now. I had to learn after a whole year. It took me to realize this. So the new content creators coming in, when I get to their channels, I'm not there as much as when I first started. I thought I had to be at everybody's channel watching everything. And I realized quick that I could not do that, right? You just kind of have to pick and choose, get to things where you can. And I love that about people that don't hold me hostage with that. There's a content creator that I actually text with, and she has a lot more subscribers than I do, like a ton, like probably 3 or 4 times as much. And she doesn't ever make me feel like, oh, I'm not gonna, text with you because you're not watching my videos. And she's probably watching mine, but she doesn't comment. And I just think support at 53, we got to start thinking of support at 53. The support has to come from the subscribers, right? People that are in there, like our Mail to the B, like Jen, like Limitless Living with Shanta, like Journey of Life. Those are the people we're trying to reach. And the content creators, it's great to be supportive, but I just want to, free you and let you know, like, once you start getting that traction to your channel and all of that, you free your mind from that. Because I told you, it took me a whole year before I stopped feeling guilty about not making it rounds with everybody. 2.0 mommy is another one. We text, and she never makes me, and she's not one I was talking about, but she never makes me feel like, oh, you didn't watch my video. And I never make her feel like that. She just commented on something I had up weeks ago. And that's grown woman stuff. I love that. I love that. So I just had to say that, Grace, because, I know you're getting around now. Your channel is doing really well, too, by the way. I think that's great. So Bellflower says 2.4 milligrams is the highest dose of Wegovy. All right, all right. Mel says, Bev, I would be careful, my dear. I would resolve those things you mentioned first, perhaps just a thought before she goes up. You're saying, but I think she's thinking the reason why those things are happening is because of the dose. I know, Mel, I'm working with my physical therapist. I'm very careful. Okay, very good. Oh, wait, my bad. I missed the fact that Bev was on Wegovy 2.4. Now that you're on 5, zepbound, maybe 7.5. See how it goes for a month and reassess. Yes, and Jen asked a question. I don't know if she answered it moving down, but I'd be curious to know, too, if her doctor is the one that, what's the reason her doctor started her from scratch, I guess, is a great question that Jen asked. I'm a reader. I love reading. I have a book club of 8 ladies. We will be celebrating 24 years together as intellectual ladies. Not LOL. I'm currently reading The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Well, oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love that. Very good. Yeah, we're gonna have to chat about that book, because that book is everything. It's, it can relate to the GLP-1 journey, but I think sometimes as women, and some of you may say, it's not me. But I think as women, a lot of times we're people pleasers. And once you read that book, you realize why you kind of shouldn't be, right? You kind of shouldn't be. You just kind of have to let people be who they are, and you be who you are. And that means a lot of times going your own way. And I think sometimes as women, we have the hardest time doing that. But what are we going to do? Thank you for sharing that, Miss Linda. I love a good book club. You guys can see behind me, I am a reader, avid reader. I love to read. It's kind of like my thing to do, but I haven't had time. I'm like, Grace, I just haven't had time with all the stuff I'm doing with YouTube. All right, so JC, Jasmine. Okay, is it Guillory? The Wedding Date book series is a fun read. The Wedding Date. Let me write that down, because I might need a wedding date here. I'm gonna write The Wedding Date. Okay, I love when I hear a book I haven't heard of. Date book. It's a series, huh? Okay, all right. It sounds like a fun read. All right, very good. Kim, let me give you some confetti. I love that you're reading and sharing. Love that. Very good. Isn't that so teacher of me? Kim says, I'm currently reading Woman Evolve by Sarah Jakes Roberts. Okay, very good. Sarah Jakes Roberts. Didn't she just take over? Isn't she taking over for her dad? Okay, very good. You have to let us know about that book. The book is great, she says. Okay, very good. People are still saying hey to Gabe. Hi, MVP. I'm 56 too. 56 in the house. She said, congratulations on your progress. Okay. I need a great mattress recommendation for hip support. Does anybody know of a good one? I was looking at Tempur-Pedics, but I don't even know anyone who has one to know if it's worth the money. I have heard of people who've had it and they absolutely love it. But these aren't people I talk to every day. It's like some couple people from work I know who had one. But I wouldn't recommend it based on that. I can't remember I just bought a new mattress a couple of years ago, and I can't remember what it was. But I know it wasn't that. It wasn't that for sure. All right. Did anybody have a recommendation? I should recommend mine. I actually love my mattress. I just don't remember what it is. Mel Book Club is the best. We take road trips. One year we went to Martha's Vineyard to discuss a nook. We were reading and just chill and relax. It was awesome. We went off season, so no crowds. And I remember we were talking about doing a book club here, and I still plan to. You remember that's one of the things I said I was going to do, but I decided to pivot because I'm going to weave it into something else. So hopefully we'll talk about that on Sunday or maybe into Wednesday. But I hate to say things out here because people, you have an idea, and the next thing you know, people can what do you call that? execute on it faster than me because I got a ton of ideas. And then next thing I know, I say something and somebody's doing it. It's like, geez, oh man, they beat me. I got so many things I'm trying to do, but that's okay. This is going to be unique, a unique adventure. Journey says, I need a great mattress recommendation. Okay, I read that. Okay, I read that. Jeez, Louise. Linda, she says, maybe one day I could say I love reading books and maybe in a book club also, it would be cool. Let's see. She said, let's see what this 75 soft life brings. Okay, all right, very good. And that's okay. You know, everybody doesn't love it. That's okay. But I'm glad that you're still incorporating. You're doing hard things. When I say hard, I mean it's you don't love it, right? So I love that. MVP, we welcome. We have fun here on Wednesday and Friday nights. It's always a blast. And Sunday with Dee Dee, weekly weight loss updates. You will love it here. Yes, I told her she fits right in. I love that. I love books. I just have a hard time staying away. Yeah, I can relate to some of my books. I like that too. Jen F and Beb, the chart says 2.4 Wegovy equals 12.5 milligrams. Well, Jen said 10 and she said maybe even higher. So she's kind of on the right track. I read the Bible mostly because wherever I fall asleep, it'll be okay. You read the Bible. Yes, yes, yes. It will be okay. I love that. Very good. All right, MVP. Dee Dee, you always make me laugh. Yes, I'm on branded. I use the discount $650 a month. It's like a car note. I can't wait until we all have fair access and we'll be covered by insurance. Me too. Let's give you some confetti. Oh my goodness. Geez, Louise. All right. Very good. All right, so you're on that branded. You know what? One day I am going to be. It was somebody in my comments. I can't remember the name. I thought I was going to take a screenshot and did not. But they said, my thing is like go slow and steady. My weight loss is slow and steady. And this person in my comments was like, yeah, slow and steady, but I'm paying so much money a month. I'm trying to get this weight loss going so I can get off of it. And I could totally, it just cracked me up the way they said it. And I could totally relate to that. If you're paying that extra car note, but it is worth it, right? Because it is your health. So congratulations to you, MVP. You are the MVP, right? You're on that branded paying that $650 and you have made a commitment to your health. And I wonder, people who, I would love to see a study of people who are on the branded, not the branded, but paying that out of pocket. Do they lose faster than those of us that are on insurance and can kind of go slow or feel like we could go slow and steady? Because if I was paying $650 a month, I'd probably be in keto. Jeez Louise. I'd be like, I gotta lose this fast, but then you still gotta maintain it. So I just don't think it's anywhere around it. It's just it's nowhere around it. Jeez Louise. But I would like, so Eli Lilly, if you're listening, or Novo Nordisk, if you're listening, I would love to know how does that work? People who are paying out of pocket, and they're never probably gonna do a study like this, but people who are paying out of pocket, are they losing faster than people that are in insurance? On their insurance. So however you do that study, I would love to know that. Does that really motivate you to go faster? Because I realize some people say, hey, I don't care what you say, lady. I'm paying too much money to be, lollygagging around with these men. And I understand. I really do. I tell you, I might be in that situation one day. You just never know. So we shall see. But thank you for sharing that. And we do all need fair access. That's why I love that Dave Knapp, because I think he's really trying to get fair access. He's doing that, advocating for us, and we need that. Well, Mel, I'm not even there yet. I'm way behind. Yeah. So, yeah. So I wonder if your doctor, what is the reason your doctor started you off? Or was it the insurance company? Because we have to remember, it could be the insurance company too. Losing it grays. I haven't prepped any snack plates in weeks. Yeah, and then you've been on vacation, so you've been busy. Struggling to get in enough liquids. I can go all day and only had 24 ounces to drink. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's another thing that happened to me. That happened to me because I don't like that airport life, using those bathrooms. So I was taking it easy on the water, but I made up for it. I made up for it when I actually got to where I was going, which was Texas. This is Texas. Ain't no holdout. Every time I say Texas, I gotta sing that song. But Anissa, you got to get that water in, my friend. Get that water in. So add some electrolytes to it. Add some flavors. Add some lemon. Add some cucumbers. Add to it. Add to it. Get that water up. Gosh, you make me want to have a drink. Geez, Louise, we got to get that water in. Thank you for sharing that. Mail to the B. She said, Dee Dee, you might have a point. Is compliance higher if you have to pay for it? Thank you and welcome back, girlfriend. Thank you, Mail to the B. Yes, isn't that interesting? I really think that has those people losing fast and wanting to lose fast and get, so upset. I think it's because they're paying out the wazoo. And then meanwhile, I know my insurance is covering it and I'm not paying that high of a price. I wonder if that would get my buns, to move, like to really just like slash those carbs and be more strict on what I'm doing, and and my lifestyle changes are in there, but to be even more strict with my lifestyle changes. So yeah, that's a thought. Geez, Louise. Delilah, she said, I have read many stories on a few who use compounds and are in no hurry whatsoever. Maybe because the price isn't as much. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I kind of want to know. I wanted somebody to do a study. JC says, hi, JC, how are you? Hello. When I see a name I don't recognize, I just want to welcome you here. I love that. So JC says $500 a month now can save a lifetime of cost due to obesity-related issues. Also, building the good habits is good for things outside of the weight loss. Okay, very good, very good. I bet that's a good read, right, Margie? All right, so some people told me what books they're reading. Now, we could talk about books, but that's so like teachery. So I'm just going to change it and throw this out there. This is just like a curveball. What songs are you listening to, or what artist are you listening to right now? Do you have a song? Do you have an artist that we could check out? Because everybody is not going to read these books. People are snoozing when it comes to these books, but we can listen to a good song. So I'm trying to think, what is a song that I just love right now, or an artist? I haven't been listening to a lot of music, I will say. Let me look at my because I feel like on this weight loss journey, we got to do things that's good for the soul. And we know eating is good for the soul, the comfort food of it all. But when you can't have food, what's the next best thing? Well, we're talking about that on Friday. What's the third next best thing? I will say it might be music. Oh my goodness. So did you guys catch that? Did you catch what the Downsizing Diva was throwing out there? Okay, so I'm gonna go and look at my my Apple iTunes. What's the last song I was listening to? Geez, Louise. I can't even remember. I haven't listened to music in that long either. I should have asked my daughter. She would know. Are you guys putting some songs? What are you guys listening to? All right. So while you're telling me what songs you're listening to, or you could talk about the books if you are listening to music. But what can I put on my Apple iPod, iPod? What do you call that? What is that called? Let's see. We got another super chat. Thank you, MVP. I love that. Wait, you know what? I forgot. I'm gonna have to give you a mail at the same time. Let's give you a thank you. Oh, thank you. And let's give mail. I forgot to give mail. Let's see. All right, here, mail. Here's a thank you. All right, so what are you guys listening to? Because Kim is like, I'm sick of these books already. It's Darium. How are you, Darium? It was so nice to see you. Darium, I was out of town this weekend, and my what was I gonna say? Oh, I got a couple of people let me know that it's Darium was on not live interviewing, but on the live. So I have to go back and really check that out. I just kind of saw you up there. Good for you for getting up there. It's Darium. I love that. So Darium, once you start getting those interviews, we got to do a Darium and Diva collab. That is so funny. I just love that they got you up there. That I'm telling you, the Downsize, they are a cute little couple, but I'm telling you, when they want something, they're ruthless. They nailed me down. I heard you said that they have been asking you since March. Yeah, it's like anytime you try to throw them a curveball, they don't throw you another curveball back. So I knew they would get you. I just didn't know it'd be that soon after you said no. Oh, I love that. I love that. So let's see. Could be a huge motivator to lock into some serious lifestyle. Yeah, for 650. Geez, Louise, yes. Only in this good old USA do we pay so much for medication and medical care. It's terrible. I agree, Margie. I agree. Number one, I took over number one journey. I don't know what that means. Jennifer, how are you? She says, I pay out of pocket $504 on 16 weeks and down 26. It's worth it. Yes. And look, she is not playing around with that 504. So I want to see. Okay, so don't laugh at me, MVP, but I want to see anybody. And is there anybody out there? We got four now it's 45, 44 people watching. Anybody out there that's paying $605 or $500 and something dollars, but you have not lost a pound? I want to hear from you. Chime in, come into this chat, and I want to know what is up with that. Because I'm telling you, the people I see paying out of pocket, it seems like they are doing the darn thing, and I don't blame them. I would be too. Oh, geez, Louise. My compliance is high and I pay a $24 copay. I'd say no. I think you might be an outlier. But no, it's a lot of people. You're right. It's a lot of people that are on, taking the medication, that have insurance and have that copay and are doing it well. They're doing it well. But I'm just saying, I see a lot of people that aren't. So I just would love to know, like, is that make it paying that higher price? I'm telling you, when you pay, and Taisha, you may be you are special, Taisha. But I'm just saying, you may be a little outlier there. When you pay your money, research shows, that's a research proven fact. Now, I don't know about the GLP-1 of it all, but research shows when you pay, even if it's a little bit for something, you have more ownership of it. You do a better job. And I'm going to tell you, for me, it is true. Now, I'm not saying if I was paying $500 and something dollars, I might be more this. Maybe I'll be at my 100 pounds down already. I'm not saying that I, would be at 200 pounds down by now. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm just saying, I think paying more for something is going to give you more of an incentive, right? It's going to give you that more of that incentive. Now that it goes to research. So, but I'm not saying the GLP-1. I'm just saying in general. So yeah, I can see why that would be, right? You're more invested. Let's see. Okay, $500. Okay. Delilah, did I read this? I have read many stories on a few who use compounds. Oh, okay, I read that. JC, I think I read that. $500 a month can save a lifetime of cost due to obesity-related issues. Also, building the good habits is good for things outside of the weight loss. Yeah, so, we talk about the weight loss, but it's a lot of other things that's going on. That inflammation, that joint pain being released, what else is going on? That blood pressure, the cholesterol, the A1C, like all those things, are working for the good of your all around health span. So I love that. I bet that's a good read, Margie. It could be a huge motivator. Yeah, I think I read that too. Okay, so I had to go back up. Let's see. Scrolling. Let's see. She says, oh yes, we called it downsizing devolution. Mia says self-care. Okay. Darium, you're so sweet. He said, thanks for the super chat. Oh, Darium, you're just so supportive. I love it. Doing good, Darium. Over here fighting food noise. Over here fighting food noise. I love that. I love that. I listen to the same old, same old. Oh, you have a lot of good music though, Delilah. Oldies, old school, freestyle, and classic. So what can I put if you had to pick one song, D? One song. What could I put on my playlist? You listen to Shoop. Shoop, the salt and pepper Shoop. I wanna shoot, baby. Is that what you're talking about? Because I must be lost. Salt and pepper. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Lord, please reinforce and silence your food noise and fill your mind with all the goodness of life. Oh, Bev, we love that for you, Bev. Darium, it was so good to see you on the downside. Well, on that about that obesity conference, right? Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute. We got a super chat. Simply Taisha. Let me find it. Where did it go? Here we go. Good night, my friend. Your Zen friend has been tired since adding more. Oh, I'm sure. And I'm still trying to find balance. Have a great night. And I'm so happy to have you back. Sending lots of love. Thank you, Simply Taisha. Yes, you have been moving and grooving. You probably are sleeping like a baby. Oh, my gosh. All right, Taisha, I will check in. All right, love that, love that, love that. Okay, very good. And that's what I need to work out more because I think if I worked out more, I could sleep like a baby too. She said, I caught that, Dee Dee. What did you catch? What am I up here doing? Oh my goodness. Let's see. That is so funny. You're fighting the food noise. Love it. Okay, I'm trying to find. Okay, so Kim said 90s music. You guys give me some specific people. I'm old R&B queen, 80s and 90s. You could put it on and reminisce about how bad you were back in those days. Back when you had those Megan knees, huh, Beverly? You know, Megan is dating Clay Thompson. Have you guys heard that? He's so straight laced. I would have never put him with a Meg the Stallion, but ride it good. That's all I can say, Clay. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. The last song I walked to today was Luther Vandross. Oh my gosh, he's in my top 5 favorite artists of all times. Have you ever been to a Luther Vandross concert back in the day? It was everything. And oh gosh, anybody don't get me started with Luther Vandross. A house is not a home. Oh my gosh, one of his albums that you could just listen to the whole, back when albums and CDs that we call them now, you could listen to it all the way straight through. I'm going to give you some confetti on that. You came in with that Luther. Jeez, Louise. It's not a lot of people that can out-sing Luther Vandross. I will say that. All right, very good. Dutch V, Dutch V, look at you. You know what? I thought you were Shaka Khan up in here. Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you, Shaka Khan. Let me rock you. That's all I want to do. You remember that? I feel for you. I think I love you. Dutch B. Jeez Louise. I love it. And your name started having me thinking about the double Dutch. The double Dutch bus coming down the street. Moving pretty fast, you gotta shuffle your feet. Get on the bus and pay your fare and tell. Oh, I can just sing that for all night. All right, so you said Brian Courtney Wilson. Okay, so Brian Courtney Wilson. I'm gonna have to check out that. I don't know him. Why don't I know Brian Courtney Wilson? I gotta look that up. Maybe I know the songs and not the name. I'm gonna Google that really quick. If I oh, okay. Oh, a nice looking fella. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to check him out. He looks so put together. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to see any other. Darian says, my compliance is very high and my copay is about $200 monthly. Okay, very good. Very good. That's still a lot though for some medicine, $200 a month, but It's not 500 or 600. It's not. So we'll take that. JC says, I'm new to zepbound on week 3 at 2.5 milligrams. I was hesitant to start, but so far so good. I've been binging YouTube a lot. I'm a type 1, so insulin is my reality, but needing less is a plus. Very good. Very good. Let's give you some confetti. Nice job. I love that. Thank you for sharing. And, congratulations on taking a huge step to change your health, right? We're working on that health span. We want a great health span, not just a lifespan. And that means we don't just want to live and just be lingering around until we're in our 80s. We want to actually like run, skip, and jump into our 80s, not like use a walking, a cane or use a wheelchair into our 80s, right? We want to be up and mobile and doing things. And you are off to a great start. So you're on week 3 at 2.5. All right. Very, very good. I love that for you. And so you're a type 1. Okay. All right. So I wonder, will you ever, because this is like supplementing kind of for you, will you ever be able to go off the insulin with this GLP-1 or not? Has your doctor said the reality is you're going to, need both? I'm curious about that. Thank you for sharing. I get my zepbound free, no copay, retired military. How come I didn't remember that, Linda? You're retired military. Jeez, Louise, we have to give you some confetti. So you get your zepbound for free. Jeez, Louise, I love that. You should, as you should. We love that. It's like, gosh, I already have so much respect for you. How could it go any higher? And it just did. Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that. Love that for you. Tanya, she says, Jordan Welsh, I surrender. Okay, all right. I love that. So that's what you're listening to. Okay, Jordan. Okay, Jordan Welsh. Let me see the face. I love that song. Oh, I don't know him though. Oh, it's a nice looking guy. They say he's on TikTok. Okay, all right. Jordan Welsh. Okay, he's married. Oh, he's growing hair. He looks different when he didn't have any. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Very good. LOL, you got the crown because you had to drive, but I'm getting it back. I don't even know what that means, but it's funny. They have the crown. Welcome to the community at JC. We would love to learn more about your journey, how it's going as someone with a type 1, because we never really hear about the type 1. So yes, I was curious about that too. Thanks, Darian. Dang, I lost it all. I'm $30 a month for my meds, and I am in good compliance because of my too high A1C. If it were normal, I'm not sure. Very good. You know what? I'm going to give you some confetti. That's an honest answer. I love that. I love that. So I'm telling you, when you pay, that makes a difference. You guys are proving my point. And I know the ladies in here paying $600 and all of that, $500. Wish they could be paying this $25 and $30 and getting it free. And I'm sure they would probably be doing a good job too. But I mean, it's nothing like having that. You're paying a car note. You got to do your bestest job. Delilah says her copay is $30, $25 with the coupon, and I'm doing all the things I can do. My insurance doesn't even cover weight loss meds. So as a type 2 diabetic, I do all I can because I like my eyesight, my toes, and my fingers. Yes. I would have to agree with that. And you have the cutest little toes and fingers, I'm sure. Very good. I listened to Rochelle Williams, Loving on Myself. Okay, I don't know who that is either. You guys, I am loving this. Rochelle, that name sounds familiar. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Keisha. Let's see. Mia, 133 pounds, and you pay 25 for 3 months. Now, on my insurance, when I get it in threes too, I pay $25. Oh my goodness, we got that Cadillac insurance thing going on. I have a lot to lose, so I got a real tight game going. Okay, very good. And you know what? We got to give you some confetti. We're giving you some confetti. Confetti, confetti. 133 pounds. Jeez Louise. I mean, who in the world? 133 pounds. I absolutely love that, Mia. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Whitney had a shoe. Oh, on Waiting to Excel. Yes. Uh, yes, she sure did. I love that. Okay, all right. Did they ever say clear it up which one it was? Did I miss Kim saying she's having a anniversary? I've been singing "It's My Anniversary" today because it is my 1 year Mounjaro anniversary. Hey, 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 hip hop hooray! Oh, hey, hey, Kim, it's her anniversary. Anniversary, Kim. I love that for you. Happy anniversary. You know, you are looking good. Looking good. A year in, my friend. Love that for you. Mel, of course, is saying happy Manjaro anniversary. Okay, we saw the Whitney. Okay, so let's get into some let's see. I'm trying to see what the songs. Darium's added prayer for Beverly in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, ma'am. We love that. The last song I listened to on purchase was White Winged Dove by Fleetwood Mac. Oh, used to love some Fleetwood Mac. Journey, oldies is the goodies. Fleetwood Mac is in rotation. Love that. Dee Dee, listening to Luther is where a lot of our our babies come from. Yes. Oh gosh. Luther is just, yes, his concerts were everything. I loved it. And he was all dressed in that glittery, he used to have a glittery blazer. So when I had on my blinged out blazer, I was thinking about Luther. Journey, I'm with you. I like every little new music. Okay, very good. Don't sleep on Megan Thee Stallion. She's a bright woman, college educated, and a great businesswoman. Yes, but you know, I say that because she's not straight laced. You could be smart and not straight laced. So I wasn't saying that she's not smart and stuff. I'm just saying she's not straight laced. She's singing like hardcore in her lyrics, and he seems like a church kid, like she seems like she knows how to color the out of the lines, and he seems like he colors the lines. So what do I know? Because they ended up together and opposites attract. So I love that. But he could be not, that could just be his his persona on the court. But people who know him off the court have said that's kind of him. So opposites attract. I love that for her. I love Megan Thee Stallion. I've never had Megan knees, but I love her. And I love that she's smart. We have in common. We both lost our mom, so I can relate to her on that. I love it. Let's see. Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of people hate on Megan Thee Stallion. What is that? Sing, Dee Dee. Enjoy yourself, huh? Yes, I'm so glad to be back because we're reunited and it feels so good. You guys can tell Dee Dee was always up in the club. Yes, when I was younger, I sure was. I get that all the time, double dutch. I'm sure you do. That was the jam. And I saw the video of the guy. He was shuffling his little feet by the bus. He looked like the character from Martin with Jerome. You're right, the Mel B. Don't let her performance persona fool you into thinking she's not a threat. Yes, yes, yes. So people have been hating on her. I kind of don't like that. When I was on Wegovy, I was paying $15 copay, then switched to zepbound, and I have a zero copay now. I was very surprised, but I'll take it. All right, very good. Okay, you said I'll take it. 15. 15 to 0. That is a win, win, win. I love that. I wonder why, what the difference was. Miss Linda, thank Michael for his service from all of us. He's a very special man. Very good. Oh, so you were saying that it's your husband that was in the service or you? I thought you were saying you. But either way, we love it. If you're being honest, paying $25 is out of reach for a lot of people, especially if you pay $2 for the metformin. Yes, 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 I agree. Tommy 70 or Tammy 70. How are you? I love it. I love it. How are you today? Okay, so Let's talk about, wait, I want to hear about this A1 type 1 diagnosis. Congrats, Mia, on getting access to your needed medication at an affordable price. We love that for Mia. So JC says, type 1, pancreas produces no to very low insulin. Over time and due to weight and inactivity, type 1 can develop some insulin resistance similar to your type 2. Okay. Oh, man. Well, I think you sound like you're doing well on this, so I hope so. I hope so. So we want to talk about, before I get more down in the chat, let's talk about our celebrations, because we gave some truths and some struggles, and let's celebrate now. And, you know, part of this celebration, you guys know I just had a birthday, and before I left town, I got notified of a special gift, and I did not open it. So I am about to open it now. All right. Oh, it has a little card. Let's read the card first. It says, Shay, I've been wanting you to have one of these. Enjoy your birthday, girls. Enjoy your birthday, girl. Hugs. And it is from the Mail to the Bee. So I got to open this. All right. All right. All right. All right. Love it, love it, love it. Now, Mel did not know I was going to open this here. She probably is thinking, that girl is so rude. She didn't even think, well, I did tell her that I had it, but I would open it when I returned to town. So she probably is thinking, that girl didn't even mention it. And she just caught up with me. I've been incognito. But what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? A little gift. Ta-da! It is a heating pad. Jeez, Louise, thank you, Mail to the Bee. I love that. So let me open this. Let me see. I don't know if I'll be able to open it right now, but I'm gonna try. All right, here we go. Here we go. I love this. All right. A heating pad. So I'm cold now, but geez, Louise, in a minute, I'm gonna need this heating pad. I fluctuate. Oh, look at it. Oh, so comfy, so smooth, fast heat, fast relief. And you know, sometimes do you guys get this? After I take my Mounjaro injection, I get backaches. I actually had a little bit of a backache today. I don't know what that was about. And it was kind of cool in my house because I have on the air. But look at this. I absolutely love it. All right, so I'm going to be heating myself up. Thank you, Mail to the Bee. So that is my celebration. My celebration is, still, celebrate my birthday, opening gifts, feeling appreciated. I love that. And also my celebration is looking at my journey over a year. From 52 to 53. If you haven't been watching my short videos, go check those out. I've just been kind of reminiscing. And because I have fallen off with my eating and tracking and getting myself back on track, I said, let me celebrate the non-scale victory. So I'm celebrating a year, turning 53, from 52 to 53, and celebrating my non-scale victories, right? Because when that scale, it doesn't cooperate, I'm going to also find things that, I can do. And look, I told you guys about this ring. Look at this ring. This ring is just still going around, going around, going around. This ring is, I probably will have to get this size. So I love that. That's another non-scale victory of mine. So what are your successes? We talked about the struggles. What are the wins? And then Mail to the Bee. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Okay. What are you guys saying? Let's see. Okay, I think I saw that part. Oh, my husband retired from the Air Force. Okay, all right, very good. Thank him for his service. Oh my gosh, and you sacrificed too, being a wife. So I love that. I read that. I read that. Yes, okay, so I'm kind of caught back up now. Let's see. Congrats, Mia. I read that on getting that access. JC told us about the type 1. Delilah. Exactly. There were many, many months. I had zero income coming in while I was sick last year. having 5 monthly meds at $30 copays. It was not easy, but I'm glad David and I figured it out. So that's a great example. I'm glad you shared that of how we would think like, okay, $30 a month is not that much at all. But for somebody who doesn't have an income, that's a heck of a lot. So thank you for putting perspective on that, Delilah. Thank you. All right, very good. People are saying congrats to Kim on that 1-year Mounjaro anniversary. Love it, love it. There are some early success with this islet cell replacement in the pancreas that have allowed people to, not be on insulin. Okay, interesting. Some early success with it. All right, very good. Do you qualify for it? Are you trying that out? Is it something that you try now? Thanks so much. Congratulations, Miss Kim J. Great job, she says. All right, Darian says, I was listening to Show Up by John P. Key. Okay, John P. Key. Okay, very good. Mel says, true. I'm not sure what she's talking about, but I'll take it. If anybody in here is on Wegovy, Ozempic, I don't know. I don't think I know anyone on it. Anybody in here? Especially Ozempic. Yes. All right. People are saying that's so sweet. Beverly and Dr. B are the ones I knew of on Sema. Dr. B was, but then she switched over. You're right. And then Beverly was, and she switched over. Sure, you're not alone. LOL. That's a blessing. The heating pad is premium and long at the He said premium. Oh, heck yes. That's such a thoughtful gift. Yes. I love it. What is it? I want one. Did you see it? I think you saw it. Or were you saying that when I was opening it up? Look at this lady luxuriating. I'm going to need this baby on my back. Let's see. Journey. I know people on both outside of this community that are doing well on them. Okay. So Bellflower does know people. Nicole. Okay. Enjoy it. It's my fave. Thank you, Mel to the B. Mel was insistent, I have to tell you, on getting that heating pad. I love that. Mel is sweet. Okay, people are saying nice gift, Mel. Let's see. Purple backaches. Yeah, that's an amazing gift for ZD. Thank you. I love the yeah, she said she caught the purple. No, but I love it so much. A giant heating pad journey. Yes, purple is my favorite. Hey, Kelly. Kelly says, I am on it. Hey, Kelly, how are you? How are you? Loving those curls. Purple is the color of royalty. Yes. Wait, Kelly, you're on Ozempic. Is Kelly on Ozempic? Yes, she says, I am on it. Okay, very good. Oh my gosh, I need one of those. This journey. My wins are, thank you, Lakeisha, came in with the wins. My wins are, I slept so good at night since starting Mounjaro. I sleep so peaceful. I get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. No wonder you look so good. Jeez, Louise, we got to give her some confetti. Look at that. You look so youthful too. Jeez, Louise. Let's see. Here we go. Wait 1 second. My daughter wants to say something. Let me see what she's talking about. Wait a second. All right, here we go. Any more wins? Okay, my daughter has an announcement.
Okay, for back to school, my color is purple.
Yay, little lady. She says we're back to school. Her color is purple. So we're going to be matching her school colors.
Like fluffy purple.
Yeah, so here we go. And no, ma'am, she is not going to be using this. No, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
No, ma'am, Pam.
Yes, I am.
Okay, all right. Any more wins? Any more wins before we've been on here almost an hour and a half? Any more wins before we call it a night? Darian said, plug that heating pad in now. Feel the one. Oh, Keisha, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, wait, are you in maintenance now? All right, so yes, Kelly is on Ozempic. Okay, Kelly, anybody have a question for her? People were asking. Bobby, I'm going to bed early, night out, nighty. Bye, Dr. Bobby. And you know what? Going to bed early is a great thing. It's 10 o'clock. We love it. My win is that my seborrheic dermatitis does not flare up as much as since I started Mounjaro. I love that. Very good. So it does not flare up. So let's give her some confetti. Let's give her some confetti. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, very good. Anything that flares up and it stops is a great thing. I love that. Anybody else with some anything you're celebrating? Oh, baby Dee Dee. Yeah, she's like her school color is purple. She heard that purple and she just had to share. Oh my goodness. Yes. He says, oh, little Diva. Yes, yes, yes. She is so funny. All right. Anybody else celebrating anything? If not, we're going to go and I will see you guys on Friday. We're going to be talking about Darium, SEX. Come on back. We need some men to chime in. So if you're a guy out there and you've been watching and listening, come on and chime in and let us know. We're going to be talking about that on Friday. So I'm going to try to keep it as cute as possible. But but you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't want to get messed up with YouTube here. Okay, so wait, Darium says his wins is he didn't wake up in pain this week. I have had glucose under 110 this week. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I learned new language about the obesity space. I connected with others. All right, very good, very good. I love that. What's something that you learned, Darium? Like what language can you share? I see people are leaving, but I'm curious. Any side effects for you, Kelly? Delilah says, my win is I could lift my arm all the way up as of a few days ago. Haven't been able to do that in years since Perry started. Very good, Delilah. Okay, so Darium, let me give this to Delilah. And then we're going to give some confetti to It's Darium. Where is Darium? That is awesome. You guys are awesome. Those are some good non-skill victories. Wait, I'm trying to find Darium's. I don't think I gave him confetti, but we got to give confetti where confetti is due. Yes, it's Darium. All right. So, any of the language you could tell us. People are saying good night. Esther, how are you? She's saying good night. Thank you for letting us know you were in here. I love that. It's Darium telling us anything. Kelly says she has constipation and a little fatigue, and that's really it with the Ozempic. Okay, very good. Very good. You said I'm too immature for the topic. No, you're not. We'll take it. People first language. People are releasing weight versus losing weight. People are living in larger bodies and taking up space. Okay. People are living in larger bodies. People have obesity, overweight, diabetes, chronic illness. Okay. All right. Very good. You know, when people say I'm losing weight, you know, when you're a YouTube creator and you have to, you know, I wonder what the algorithm thinks about people saying releasing weight. I guess you could put that on the thumbnail. But if you put that in the algorithm, people are still typing lose weight. So that's going to hurt you in your title. But I guess you could always put in your thumbnail. I don't know. I love that. You know, people, I think we just, the labels are too much for me. Yeah, I'm not a big label lady, but hey, share what you learned. I think that was an awesome conference. I'm glad you exposed the downsides to it so they could share it out. Did you meet Dave on the pen too, Darium? I think you did. I think you met Dave on the pen. I don't know. But anyway, all right, everyone. Cookie, my girl Cookie. She said, everyone just got home. I hope you enjoyed this Texas weather while you were here. I did. That Texas weather was no joke either. It had my little hair on frizz alert. All right. Well, Cookie, you got to catch the replay and see you on Friday. If you're free at 8:30, we're going to be talking about the SEX word as it relates to our GLP-1 journey. So I will see you then. I will see you guys on Saturday. You know what? I forgot to mention on Saturday, I am going to be on live on Saturday night. I'm going to be on live on Saturday night. I'm going to be collabing with my girl, Simply Taisha. So, and Simply Taisha, she was pooped out. She had to go. So look out for that on Friday. And then Saturday, I'll be with her. And then Sunday, I'll be like, I'm making up for that lost time, huh? And then Sunday, I'll be giving my weekly update and I'll be getting on that dreaded scale. Jeez, Louise. So I will see you guys for the rest of this week, except for tomorrow. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye.